Let's talk buyer-broker agreements. I'm not sure if you have been aware or have heard what's been going on in the real estate world. This has been leading up to this for several years now. It stemmed from a lawsuit, I don't remember which state, one of the Midwest or Western states. It was a lawsuit, I believe the name is Mueller versus the National Association of Realtors. And technically what it was all about was, as an agent, when we list homes on the multiple listing service to sell them, we always included the compensation for the buyer's agent. The seller covered the compensation for the buyer's agent. This compensation was always negotiable between the seller and the listing agent or the listing broker, but it was alluded or came up that they felt it was unfair because buyer's agents were choosing to show only homes that they received the most money. I don't know. That doesn't pertain to me. My job is to get you the best price or the best deal. Sometimes price is not the most important. The best deal for you, not what goes in my pocket. But because of this, nationwide settlement was reached between National Association of Realtors and the lawyers that from now on, buyers are responsible to pay their agent. So you say, why do I want to pay an agent? I can do this myself. And that's what I want to talk just a little bit about. We'll come back to why you want an agent. First, let's talk just a little bit about what it is that this document that you're going to be required to sign before any agent, I don't care what state you're in, any agent can open a door for you. Let's talk about what's actually in the contract. And I really prefer to take time and talk to you about this one-on-one, but this video will hopefully give you just a little idea before somebody whips out this contract and says, hey, you got to sign this before I can leave you in this house. So the contract is between yourself and my broker or my office. So it will have your name on it. It will say Find Properties. We're going to list what areas we're looking for you a home, that we're looking for you a residential home, we're looking for you a vacant lot. That will be on there. It will have a broad date on it that we are looking, because we both know the first house out there may not be the right one. Could we make this contract just for one property? Yes, we can. But then when we see another one down the road that we've just driven by and we say, oh, well, what about this one? There's got to be a whole new contract signed. So it's just better. Go with the broad date. It's not a big deal, okay? That saves us a whole gob of paperwork and a whole lot of signing. Also in there, it talks about arbitration. There is a cancellation clause in there. But the big one, the one that is the scariest of all, is my compensation as your agent. And because of the settlement that the National Association of Realtors made, buyers are now responsible to pay their own agents. Take a deep breath. We're not done yet. I am also going to do my very best, and I'm pretty good at negotiating. I'm going to do my very best to get that seller to compensate me and not you. So don't get real concerned. And if I can't get that seller to agree to the amount that I'm asking for, you and I can sit down and renegotiate this contract. So just right now, there are so many questions. There's so much information out there that is incorrect. I worked with these forms for 2 years. These are not new to me. So trust me when I say it's not as big of a deal as it sounds. My buyers always sign them. They always sign them with the commission that's printed on there. And then if I was unable, or not unable, at that time I didn't have to negotiate, but if the seller wasn't willing to give that amount, My buyers and I always renegotiated. We always came to an agreement. So take a deep breath. It's still kind of business as usual, and go with somebody who's familiar with the form, somebody who has a track record of using this, and somebody who has a track record of really being able to negotiate for you. And the question is, why do you even want to pay an agent? Why can't you do this yourself? I guess you can. I have 111 things you'll need to be able to do on your own. So make sure that you have time to do all of those. And I am not going to read you all 111, but here's why. Just a few of why you want to hire your own agent. You want to learn about local home prices, inventory levels, and market demand in your desired area. So you know, am I going into a hot market? What kind of an offer do I need to make in order to be successful? I can tell you that one. You're going to need to establish and adhere to a schedule to make sure that everything falls within your time frame. And especially once you get that home under contract, you got to make sure you know every deadline and not miss any of them. And here in Florida, our real estate closings move fast, and we have a lot of deadlines that have to be hit. So make sure you know them all, or you're going to miss them. You're going to need to be able to schedule multiple showings. If I'm your agent, I'm going to take care of all this, and I'm going to contact all the listing agents, and I'm going to get everything set up, and we're going to have, okay, we're going to have X amount at this house, and we have this much drive time, and then we'll have this much at this house. You're going to be able to do that. Only unlike myself, who has the tools, you're going to have to call every single listing agent, and well, that's going to be hard to do because you're going to have to sign a buyer-broker agreement with that very first listing agent. So now
we have down here in Florida what are called CDD fees. Those are community development district fees. Some houses have them, some don't. So these are all things that I have gone through licensing and continuing education to be able to explain and research for you.
Sign it. And I can go on and on and on, but I will attach this 111 items link. I'm going to give you a link as to where to find this information. And any questions at all, feel free to call me at 941-841-9940. Talk soon. Bye.